Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Even though it's technically Sunday for me. Um, so you guys learned about the addition of line segments, and how two smaller segments obviously make a bigger line segment. It would be like if I added, a pencil and a paintbrush together, and you get the total length of those things. Okay. So today we are going to look at midpoints of line segments. Okay, so if you guys would probably imagine, the midpoint would be the middle point, or the point that divides the line in two. Makes sense, right? So here's the definition. So the midpoint is the middle of a line segment. It means that the two pieces on either side of the midpoint. So here is the midpoint, MP for midpoint. So if this guy is 12, it means that there's 6 points between the end here and the end here. Make sense? So that these are congruent or equal. Congruent is like the fancy term for equal. Okay? So they're both the same size. Alright, so the problems that you guys are going to see on IXL today are going to look like this. Okay? So, to find the midpoint on any given line, what they're going to do is they're going to tell you like the two endpoints. So they'll say, okay, G is on -5, H is on 10, and you can figure out where the actual midpoint is. So here it says we don't know, right? So add the 2 points that are given and then divide by 2. So I was given -5 and +10. So -5 plus 10 is 5. Okay? Because you land on the positive side here, right? So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So your midpoint is between 0 and 5 here. That's 2.5. Okay? If you look, I tried to draw this kind of to scale. It should be exactly in the middle, right? Just be careful with your negative numbers. Alright, just make sure that your signs are the right way. So these signs are different, so subtract and keep the sign in the bigger number. So 10 minus 5 is 5, keep the sign in the bigger number, which is positive. Okay, again, if negatives are not your thing, make sure that you're using a calculator. Sometimes the iPhone is really funny. Just beware. Alright, that's pretty much it. If you get to the algebraic section, that's great. It's going to be the same kind of thing. You have to set up an equation, right? So they're going to give you a diagram that looks like this, that says QR equals, say, x plus 3. So I labeled it here, just like the diagram has. You're not going to have to redraw it or anything. And Rx equals 2x. And they want to know what the actual, the length of QR is, without a variable. Okay? So we have to figure out what x is. But we know that these two are equal to each other. So we can make an equation that says that these two are equal. So I made an equation. Just ignore C for now. So I said that x plus 3 is equal to 2x, because we know that as a midpoint, these two sections here are equal or congruent to each other. Okay? So in order to solve for x, I am going to combine my current terms just like the last one. In order for me to get this x on this side, I have to make sure that it's a subtraction because it's positive here. So I'm subtracting my x from here. I subtract my x from here. And scooch my paper a little bit. And you're going to cancel this here because x minus x is 0. 2x minus x, or 1x if it makes it easier to look at. 2 minus 1 is just 1, or just x. So 3 minus x, or x minus 3. Or x equals 3, rather, not minus, I apologize. Okay, so they didn't ask you to solve for x, okay? What they want you to do is take x and stick it into the QR formula. So the QR formula here, because that's what they're looking at, the QR is x plus 3. But because we know that x equals 3, we can now say that if x plus 3, then 3 plus 3, because we're plugging in 3 for this x here, 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay? And if you want to go ahead and check it, so if I know that this is 6, and I know that 2 times 3, because I would plug in 3 here, 2 times 3 is also 6. And does 6 equal 6? Yes, it does, because those are the same number, right? Alright, guys. Again, if you get stuck on the algebra part, don't forget to join me for class at 9:15ish in the morning, or, give me a text or let me know that you're stuck. I'm not going to worry about too much about the algebra part. I mostly just want to make sure that you know how to add and divide. Okay, that's all you're doing today is you're adding the 2 points given, and then you're going to divide by 2. Okay? I will post a picture of the notes, and you are welcome to copy the notes too, in case you get stuck. I will talk to you guys later.